All right. Welcome, everybody. Let me do my little AnCan introduction. Hello, guys. Happy 2026, January 2026. Welcome to art class, especially if you've never been here before, for if you're just joining us on the recording. Um, Glad to have you. We're gonna start off the year pretty easy. I mean, in my opinion, okay, this is all my opinion, right? I feel like this particular project is very meditative. We're going to focus on the patterns, we're going to focus on the colors, and I'm going to guide you every step of the way. This is not one of those paintings where I want it where you want it to be exactly the same as mine. That's not the point of this one, especially. I mean, it's never really the point, you know. I always love it when you guys go off topic, but this one in particular, I want you guys to choose the colors that make you happy. Place these circles wherever you feel like they need to go, okay? It's totally fine if you go off and do something completely different as well. I actually love it when people don't do the project that we have in mind, okay? I love seeing what you guys come up with. So again, welcome to AnCan's monthly art class. So let me go ahead and take away my spotlight, take my face away so we can get started. Let me go ahead and I'll go through all of the supplies that we're going to need for today's class, okay? Let's jump into it. Now, the paper that I'm using right here, it's my usual paper. I have this big pad of paper that I always buy. It's mixed media, 9 inches by 12 inches. That's my own preferred paper, but anything that's a little bit thicker so that it can be cardstock, it can be actual watercolor paper as well. Anything that's a little bit thicker will do good. If it isn't kind of thick, then you can always use a little bit of optional painter's tape to just kind of tape around the edge. So you can go ahead and do that now if you feel like you need it. It's not a requirement, it's not a necessity. Um, we are going to be using watercolors. So I have my handy dandy little set right here. This one in particular just happens to have some metallic colors. So if you have metallic colors available to you, it'd be amazing if you could use it. But if you don't have metallic colors, that's okay. Like this is not like something that needs metallics. And you can always add metallics later as well, okay? So it's not something we need today. Watercolors, of course, we're going to need water. So I have my little bit of water right here. Napkins, it's always a good idea just to have napkins around just in case you need them. So grab some water, grab your napkins. What else? Brushes. So brushes, there's honestly, this one's very, like you really don't need exactly the ones that I have, okay? No matter what, we're going to start with a thicker brush of some kind, okay? So whether that be a Filbert brush or a little makeup brush, I actually just recently started using makeup brushes in my paintings, and I just think they're so fun to use. Just something that will give you a thicker brush stroke. And if you don't know exactly how thick it's going to look whenever you put it on the paper, you can just kind of test it out and just kind of squish it down without anything on it. Just a dry brush and squish it down, see how thick it gets, you know? So there's that. You're going to want something thicker and then something medium size. So whether that, again, is another makeup brush or a flat brush or a pointy brush. This one right here is a round brush, and I can get some pretty thick brush strokes, but also I can get some small ones and medium-sized brush strokes with this one as well. So I am going to choose to use a round brush. I love round brushes for this kind of thing. And then also a smaller brush of some kind. So I don't know, perhaps like a thin round brush. This one happens to be, I believe, a size 0 or a size 2. Pretty tiny. You don't have to be like yours doesn't have to be this tiny, okay? Just whatever is small that you have. Okay. Now, do you guys have any questions about anything? Because we don't, because honestly, like that's all the supplies we need. Normally, I feel like we have a lot more supplies than this, but not today. So if anybody has any questions at all, please let me know. Like I said, it's very laid back. I want you guys to enjoy the moment of actually creating, feeling how much paint is in the brush, as best as you can. Okay. Questions? Anything?
How
All
many
right.
colors? I mean, I don't like it when you say you can do any color you want.
Yeah. I know, like it's too wide, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to say that's a really good segue, actually. Um, This one, I started off with, I knew already that I wanted it to be a limited color palette, okay? I knew already I wanted it to be a little bit more on the earthy side. So think about that. Do you want it to be earthy? Do you want it to be bright? Do you want it to be, what are you feeling today? Are you feeling yellow? Are you feeling green? I don't know. Or are you, oh, Brandy, miss you too.
Hi,
Um, Good to see you. Oh my
good to
God.
see you.
Been so long. Oh, there you are. Now I see you. Hooray,
Yay.
you're
Hi,
here.
Karen, Marianne, Sharon. Gosh, been a long time.
It's been forever. Okay, so yeah, if you're feeling any particular way, you can always take a moment right now and go on something like Pinterest and look up color palettes. People on Pinterest, they put together different color palettes that you can look for. So mountain scenery, things like that. So moods. So you could look that up if you want to. Um, Start out with four, okay? Start out with four, and then I'm going to show you guys how to mix different colors together. Even if you want to stick with just mixing those four colors together, you can still come out with a very complex range of colors just from four, okay? Any other questions?
Are we
All
going to
right.
start with the circle in the middle first? Like make little areas of that color circle in the middle and
Yeah,
then,
yeah, yeah, actually, we're actually going to start out with the larger brush that you have. So for me, it's going to be this one right here. Um, and again, it does not have to be this particular brush. If you want to use a gigantic one, that's okay too, okay? You use that. Use what you have. So use your largest one, and then we're gonna work smaller. After you're finished with the large one, move on to the medium, and then move on to the small one, okay? Um, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this out, actually. I should have mentioned earlier, sometimes it's a good idea to have something like maybe the lid of your watercolor set, maybe the lid or maybe something that's like a paper plate, something that's non-porous where you can mix up colors together. So it's just a nice thing to have. It's not a requirement, but it's nice to have. So that being said, I'm just gonna just kind of spray this and make a clean surface so that it doesn't look too crazy. So I'm just gonna clean that off
So we're not
a
tracing
bit.
anything. We're just
N-
gonna make a circle.
Yep.
Magically.
Yep,
Okay.
magically. We got it. Yep. Yeah, so we're not going to be using our pencils or pens or anything. And I say that because there's something about like getting a pencil or grabbing a pen that makes it so concrete. And yes, we are using watercolors, and yes, it is concrete once you put it on there, but I just feel like it's a little bit too rigid of a style in my opinion. And these circles right here, these are not perfect circles, and they're not supposed to be perfect circles. Okay? They're not supposed to be. We are imperfect people, and so will our circles be imperfect. Okay, you got a piece of paper here. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, okay? One thing I want you guys to just kind of think about in the back of your mind. Um, the more water you add to your watercolors, the lighter it's going to be. So if you take it straight from the tube of paint or straight from your little paint cake, it's going to be bright. Like that's just going to be a very strong color. But you add watercolor or you add water to your watercolor and it's going to lighten it up. Going to make it more transparent. Okay? So just think about that. It's just a very core, like a core idea of watercolor. Okay, so let's say I want to start with blues. I mean, if you couldn't tell, my favorite color is blue. So I want to start with blue. So we're gonna do that.
What kind of blue?
I'm
What kind of blue are you using?
I'm gonna do this one. This one was literally straight from the palette. So, and honestly, I don't remember which of these blues it was. I think it might be this one. I mean, it's hard to tell, but core idea
It's
again.
not teal. I'm shocked.
Right?
Hmm.
Shocked.
So I'm trying to
Just
go.
wait,
What kind
just
of blue
wait. The
is it?
teal is gonna come.
Because I'm still stuck on, you could still choose what you want, but I don't want to choose.
Start with blue and then greens in that case. And then maybe some browns. I think that's what I did with this one. Blues, greens, and browns. So what I'm doing right here is I'm just taking some water and I'm just pre-wetting my palette here. Now you don't have to do this if you're using it straight out of the tube. It's just if you have the paint cakes like this, it just helps to let the water soak into it. So it's not a necessity, but it's just helpful. And plus my larger brush, it holds a lot of color. So that's always nice. I mean, sorry, it holds a lot of water. Okay. So I have a good amount of water on my brush. So for starters, we can dive straight into your color of choice. So for me, that's going to be blue. Okay. I'm just going to tap it just a little bit off on the side. I don't want too much. Pick a spot. And let's start off with a medium-sized circle. Doesn't have to be going off the edge. A medium-sized circle. And I want you to just kind of pay attention to the water. The whole idea behind this kind of process is to pay attention to the colors, admire the colors. And I'm going to say that because I absolutely love looking at all of the variations within each little area, all the blooms. Pick another spot because we're going to use one color at a time. Okay, so one color at a time, so you can refill and then pick another spot. Do another circle. You can refill if you choose to do another round of this color and make a larger one or a smaller one. And you don't have to make it all in one take. You can break up your lines. And that is the basic idea, to go one color at a time, making your circles in different places. So your different colors, you can start a new ring with the next one, or you can um, go and have that color join another ring. That's the entire idea behind this entire project. Repeating the rings, moving on to different colors, putting the colors in different spots, one color at a time. Do y'all have other questions? Don't worry, we're not done. We're going to keep on going.
Hmm.
Because I do want to show you guys how to mix different colors, make more slightly complex colors. So just continue on with as many rings with your first color as you want. And we'll move on to the next one in a moment. Now I am going to see, while you guys are doing that, I'm going to see if anybody's emailed me, just in case they haven't been able to jump in. Every once in a while, we might get some like one or two people who just, for whatever reason, they can't join, and that's okay. All right. So far, so good. Um, it is just kind of important to just rinse your brush every time you're done with the one color, okay? Even if, you decide just because you rinse off your brush the one time doesn't mean you can't go back to that color. You can absolutely go back to that color later on. So I want to show you just the basic idea of how to mix different colors and how to tone colors down, okay? So you can tone colors down, and what I mean by that is make them not as bright. So some of these colors, they're pretty crazy. Like they're out there. Like they're really bright. And if I wanted to, I could tone them down using any of my neutral colors. So let's say that blue that I just used right now. I could add any of these browns or even some green to that color, some like maybe this earthy green, and tone it down. That way you get more of an earthy shade. So this is where your flat surface, your mixing surface comes in handy. And I usually just stick with mixing, just using my same brush, just whatever brush I'm gonna continue on with. I can use this one. I mentioned earlier that water makes it lighter, okay? So I always like to add a little extra water. You can add different little spots, little sections with water. That way they're just there for when you need them. But I like to add a little extra water there. And I mentioned earlier I could tone down this blue. So first thing I want to do is grab my blue. So grab your primary color, whatever you want to first mix up. Did I use that one? I think I used that one. We're going to mix it with that little bit of water that's there. Grab a little bit more. So I got a lot to work with, right? Um, Once you have it laid out on your mixing surface, rinse it again. That way you don't cross-contaminate. So rinse it again. Just kind of tap it. And then let's pick a brown. Let's pick this one. This one's right there. It's looking at me. So I'm just going to take a small amount of my mixing color and then just add a little bit of blue to that. See what happens to it. It's looking like a pretty dark brown, but I want it to be blue. So I'm going to add more of that blue. Just keep on dragging it into there. It's more like, I don't know, a dark chocolatey brown. So let's just take more of this blue. Now, if you're happy with yours, you can use it straight from this pile. I feel like it's more of a smoky color. So I kind of like this color. I'm going to leave it. So I'm going to take it and let's make a larger ring. So look at that. It's like a smoky blue. Oh, I love that. It's so nice. Now, if you're not satisfied with that color, then see if you can do your best to just kind of tap some of it off before you rinse it and then grab more of whichever color you think it needs. So if I wanted it to be more blue leaning, then I can rinse it and then grab some more of the blue. A lot of times when it comes to mixing colors, it's when you're just starting, it takes a lot of just eyeballing. Just eyeball it If you can pay attention to ratios, then that's great. But if you can't, that's okay. You can just eyeball it. So that's a pretty nice blue, solidly blue. So, I can go back in, add some more. The thing I want you guys to do also with any of your colors, overlap some of these rings. See how I just overlapped that initial ring here? See that nice overlap right there? It's subtle. I mean, it's subtle, but it's there. Do y'all have questions? So color mixing, that's a big one. And then continuing on with your patterns, one color at a time. That's how I want you guys to tackle this. But if you want to like do a completely different painting, that's okay too. Break the rules. Brandy, I love your background. Like your Zoom background. Love that. So pretty.
Thanks. It makes me very happy.
Right? It's very happy. Like, what's it called? What's it called? It's called bokeh, right? It's like a bokeh type style.
Oh,
The only re
okay.
bokeh, yeah. The only reason I know it is because we did like a Monday night class with the MS Foundation where I did like a bokeh class.
Oh,
It's a term like in photography, I think.
I think you did one for AnCan too, the August.
Did I? Did I? I probably did. Maybe I don't remember.
That's
I
why we're
probably did.
here to help
Yeah.
you remember.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Sierra wanted to say hello to you. Hi.
I love your hair, Hannah.
Oh,
It's my
thank
that's my
you.
favorite color, so
Oh, that makes me happy. It's my favorite color too.
I remember.
S- Sierra, I see
Hi,
you're trying
Anna.
to. Oh, there you
Hey,
are.
everybody. Thanks.
Hi, good to meet you, Sierra.
Yes. Glad.
Oh, glad
Hey,
to
thank
have
you.
you.
Thank you so much.
Let me know if y'all have questions, okay?
Okay.
Absolutely. Oh, I love it. So, how was y'all's holiday? How was everything?
Quiet.
Quiet.
Yeah,
I like quiet personally.
yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, see that is nice. Quiet. Yeah, my New Year's Eve was really nice because like we took the kids to my mom's and played games. Like we just played like little party games. So that was a lot of fun. She made food. What else did we do? She always has some kind of like alcoholic beverage. So
Whee!
so yes, I did spend the next day in bed. So that was nice. Yeah, it was a very relaxing day. I literally did not get up until like 11 o'clock maybe, and that's late for me because I naturally just wake up early. And yeah, that's pretty late for me. So that was nice.
Awesome.
How are you guys doing? Well, chugging along, huh? Now I am gonna go ahead and move on from blues to maybe another color. Maybe I'll just add like a small bit because I love this color. This is such a pretty color. So this like smoky blue, love that. Add that. You know what? I'm gonna turn this one into more of a smoky blue. So you can totally just go right on top of what you already have. But don't forget, rinse before you dive into another color. Now I want my larger rings. I want to create more rings, but then also leave some space, just some space for some of my smaller rings, so my smaller brushes. And eventually it would be nice to overlap some of these things. So let's see. I think I want to stick with that like earthy theme personally. So here's what I want to do. I am going to take some of this blue right here because I know that blue and green, they do make nice colors. They mix really nice together. So why don't I take maybe this green right here? And now I just take some of this blue right here. I know it's kind of hard to, it'd be kind of hard to see some of that. There you go. We just kind of scrape up some of that, add some of that smokiness to it. It's pretty nice. And here's another trick too that it'd be nice to show you guys. If you have a really nice color and maybe you don't want to rinse it off, but you want to add a different color or maybe more of another color, like me, for example. I know I have a lot of paint on this brush right here. So you can always grab a different brush and put some more color on the side here. So let me just grab this brush. This is my medium-sized brush. And I want some more of that brown to add to it. So I can just take my other brush and just add it on the side here.
I have a very basic question because I'm
Yeah,
always behind.
yeah, go ahead.
Did you use a square or a rectangle or?
Like,
I was just practicing because I had to find
mhm,
a brush.
mm-hmm.
For some reason, the watercolor brushes do not look like watercolors, so I have to find another brush
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and
Yeah,
then
this,
remember
mhm.
and then remember which brush I'm using.
Yeah, you have a lot.
Or different kinds of brushes. So I was playing around.
Um,
Yeah, what did you
it's
have?
more of a round brush, I
No,
think.
no, your canvas. Is it square?
Oh, my canvas. Oh, yeah, it's a rectangle.
Oh, it's a rectangle.
Yeah.
I didn't get a good shot of that. Not that I needed it. So.
Now I have my green, mixing it with some of that brown. And that's pretty nice, you know. Maybe the next time I'll make it a bit more on the blue side, but not bad. So let's say you want to start to overlap. You can do this at any point with any brush, any color, okay? Anytime. You can take your color of choice and overlap. See that? Now, when you overlap, try, if you can, just to only go over it maybe twice at the most, if that's possible, if you need to retrace your steps. Only because it might be possible to drag a little bit too much of the color, and that will happen anyway, but just to reduce it a little bit, just so it's not dragging too much. Now I'm going to try to aim for, whenever I'm overlapping, I'm going to try to aim for the ones that are more dry. So these are pretty dry. I might avoid this one because it's still shiny, and that's how you can tell it's not dry. So let me take a little more of that, and maybe I'll overlap. I don't know, over here maybe. There we go. Now these circles, they are perfectly imperfect. And that is what we want. Once you get the hang of it, and you don't need my guidance anymore, it is okay to put a little bit of music on in the background and tune everything out. Totally fine. I will not be offended at all.
I'm loving my colors.
Oh, I love that. What are you using?
I'm just blue and grassy green.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just like them.
Yeah, it's a very calming color palette, I think. I probably should have gotten like a bigger what do you call it? Cup. This one's pretty tiny. But I got a napkin right here, which I just dropped. Another fiasco earlier. If you missed it, I right before I let everybody into the Zoom room, I accidentally uh made the wrong move and everything came tumbling down. My laptop tumbling
Oh,
down, my light, my my phone, everything. It was a mess. I was kind of frazzled.
of course.
So I have to tread very lightly. But my favorite question to ask is, has anyone done anything creative in the last maybe month? Yeah, has anyone done anything creative in the last month? Anything exciting?
Hang
Any
on, Hannah.
tricks?
I'm gonna go get my latest masterpiece.
Yes! Please show me. Oh, I can't wait. Anybody else?
I have a DIY project coming up with my mom. So,
Ooh,
um, she loves flowers and her mother loved flowers as well. So she has like a large garden bed. So last year she wasn't she was so busy we wasn't able to get to it. And so we looked at it and we're just trying to plot out the plants that we already have, as well as some plants that we're going to put in, in the ground, for the springtime. So we're excited about just cleaning it out and getting it ready. So that's gonna be a good home project. And then she has I forgot some planters. We're gonna start planting some stuff in a little while. It's North Carolina
yeah.
weather is kind of it's cold one day and it's warm the
Yeah.
next day and so forth. So yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much South Texas weather too. I
Really?
oh yeah. Like I guess for us it's like 1 week or maybe like a couple days. It can be
Yes.
like mid 80s, literally December and January, and then the
Mhm.
next few days cold, you know? Like right
Yes.
now we're in a cold spell and
We
Yes.
are t we are
it's
It's
like in the
too.
60s. Yeah.
freezing.
Yeah, it drives me crazy.
Yep.
Sarah, did you say you're in North Carolina?
Uh-huh. Yes, ma'am. North Carolina.
Me too.
Where?
In Greensboro.
I'm on the Outer Banks.
Oh,
I'm
really?
at Chapel Hill.
Oh my
Oh, Chapel Hill.
God.
Okay, yes, I'm
North
familiar.
We have
Carolina.
all the
Oh my
sides of the
God.
state.
Carolina women.
Yep.
So
Right.
cool.
Nice to
I'm
meet y'all.
I'm
Nice to
gonna have
meet
So
you.
to.
Thank you.
Hannah, here's my latest.
Yes. Okay, there you are.
Wow.
That is
So
pretty. Oh my
there's
God.
yellow on the inside, and then it even, if you can see, it even has my stamp on the bottom.
Oh yeah, I see that AN. I love that.
It's actually AAA, and it stands for All About Andrea.
Oh, so it's so it's your branding. That's so cute. What a cool cup. That is so
Yeah, it
cool.
got a little the handle got a little wet and got a little warped, but I think it just gives you a place to put your thumb.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
that's a nice little like happy mistake there.
What
Oh,
color
that's
is
so
that? What
pretty.
what would you call it? I love that color.
Yeah. Yeah, the color's
Uh,
gorgeous.
I
Tangerine.
don't remember the name, but yeah, I just know it was yellow on the inside, orange on the outside, and you can see where I got a little oopsie down at the bottom of the orange.
Oh, though that's
Well,
beautiful. I
that's
love those
good to have good.
inconsistencies. That's gorgeous. That's one of my favorite things about ceramics is that like you have to like pay attention to some of the glazes that you're using, and sometimes it doesn't matter, and that's what's beautiful about it.
And
You accept it.
the glazing is my biggest struggle, but this one I
Mm,
was trying to get the two different colors, and I wanted it to sort of drip a little on the orange going down into
yeah.
the yellow.
Oh,
So,
that's so
so it was really
fun.
fun. It was my first mug.
That's so fun. How cool.
Are you
I
keeping it?
love that.
Actually, I'm gonna give it to a friend.
Oh, nice.
Nice, nice,
Orange is his color, so orange,
nice.
that's why it's orange.
That
Yeah.
is kind of like a tangerine, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
Yeah.
coral.
yeah.
I
But
don't.
I love it. I love it.
It's beautiful. I love that.
I love the
And
AE.
it's going to a friend who I know I'll have forever, so I'll see
Oh,
it again.
Oh,
oh.
I
I
love
love
your
hearing that.
AAA thing, and then I went, oh well, what can I do? KKK? No, I don't think
Oh,
so.
nope, nope.
Nope.
Nope, probably not.
Oh, Karen, that's a good laugh. Thank you.
I mean, it's not really funny, but you know.
I
I have kind of
love
a warped sense of humor. What can I tell you?
Or whenever they, like I never thought 3Ks, but sometimes they go, oh, think of an animal, think of a word that, with your first letter of your first name. And I'm like, cool, Karen. I mean, what can you do?
Cool
And then I'm like,
Karen.
3Ks. Oh no.
Kangaroo.
Kangaroo Karen. At least for Hannah, you have Hannah Banana.
Well, I
Mm.
have a good friend, and it's funny because she's in her 80s, and we're like teenagers. We're still like teenagers. And so her name starts with K, Kalina. And so we always sign our things K and K, you know. But sometimes we change it, like a teenager, like K with a heart with a K. So then we change
Aw,
the word.
that's
Okay,
cute.
yeah.
That's cute though. All
It's funny.
right.
I used to work with seniors before I was one, and they go, "I still feel like a young kid," and I'm like, "Yeah, you're still alive, right? Whatever silly emotional way you behave, it doesn't really change when you get older."
Now I
Oh,
just got some pink, just so y'all know. And so that was a very bright pink. And then I added some brown to that. So we're gonna see what that turns into. So much for keeping it like on the on the greenish bluish side.
did I miss that? Did you intend to go that kind of muddy green?
This kind of muddy green? Yeah, yeah. I did
Oh,
want
you
like
did.
that kind of. Yeah, I wanted it to be a bit more on the darker side from the original. So now I can take this color, and this is pretty nice. I don't know what you would call this color, but again, I'm going on the inside here, and I'm just gently outlining or gently overlapping that green that I put on there. And it's pretty nice actually. I really like the way it looks where it overlaps. That color right there. So I'm gonna let that dry before I do anything else to it. So I can come over here and basically do the same thing, but with this blue color. Try not to go over this too many times. Okay, this is kind of nice. I like this. So maybe now I can go, maybe that's enough of that color. I'm just talking out loud at this point. Maybe I'll go back. And I want it to be a bit more on the red side. So let me add a bit of red on the side here. That is a very bright red. But I can use this to just add a little bit of that to what I've got. A little at a time. That way I can monitor it, take a look at what it's making. And this is how you make subtle changes. It's by using what you had previously created and modifying it from there, from your palette or even from wherever you're working. So sometimes I have a little bit of space on the side so I can just kind of mix small amounts of colors on the side, tiny amounts. So this is how you make very subtle changes gradually in your painting. And that's how you can make it more cohesive. That's how you make it look like it actually goes together. It's by very subtly changing your colors, just little by little. Now I like that color, but I think that's a bit much. So I'm gonna move on from that red color. Now at this point on, I'm just gonna be rambling about the colors that I'm using, okay? But I want you guys to continue with the mixing process, continue with your large brush until you're done with the large brush. You don't have to continue with it. And in fact, you could absolutely move on using your medium-sized brush anytime you're ready. But if you want to wait, that's okay too. But it's basically the same process though, just with your medium-sized brush. Now for me, I feel like my water, because this is such a tiny cup, I might need to go out there and go get some more water using one of my larger cups. Because, I don't know, for some reason I thought a tiny one would be fine, but it's kind of yucky. But I don't think I need to escape just yet. Probably only when I move on to the lighter colors, like the yellowish gold colors, then I'll go and change it out. But anybody else have any other artwork they want to share? Adventures?
I'm gonna get my eyes fixed. Hannah, I'm gonna start painting again.
Ooh.
I have surgery on the 28th, so
Yes, yes. You have surgery on the 28th. And how are you doing with your other eye? The one that
I'm
had
still
surgery last month?
I'm still half blind.
Oh
Ah, okay.
no.
Man.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Marcy.
But I'm trying my best.
Yeah.
Wait,
The thing I miss most is driving.
did it
Oh,
help the cataract? Because I'm due for that. Did it help?
Oh yeah. It's just that my other eye is so bad that I need the glasses and I can't take the one pop out the one because then I can't I got double vision.
ooh.
So did
So
you get a corrective lens? I think I asked you once, but I forgot.
yeah, I think they did put a corrective lens. I with that eye I could see better than ever. But because I need the glasses, it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain,
Hmm.
but life goes on. Thank you anyway.
Oh, Sharon, gotta get going, right? Okay. Well, I hope you feel better.
Oh, is she leaving?
Yeah.
Bye,
Oh,
y'all.
that's better.
Oh, bye, Sharon.
Hi, Sharon. Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Hope you feel better. And then I just let somebody into the room. Hello. Hello, Robert, I think. Yes, Robert. Hello. Welcome.
Hi, Robert.
Okay. So I was gonna add this green, but I feel like I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that green yet. I don't know how I feel about that green. I might add maybe something a little darker, maybe a little bit of teal.
Hmm.
There
So
we go.
you're not putting the same patterns in each circle, right? You're totally,
Um,
yeah, you're
it's
not
it's
going blue, gray, green,
no, I'm changing up the colors, maybe like every 2 or 3 circles that I make. But it's really just the same pattern. It's always going to be a circle of some kind. Or in this case, like a half circle, just because it's located on the edge right there. Now, I want to avoid that spot just because it's still wet. So I'm going to jump over here. Maybe do it right here. Now, I'm still using my large brush. I might switch over in a moment just to kind of show you guys. But I do want to fill up a good portion of this before I do that. Maybe I'll do like one more circle, a small one right here. That way
I've
I have
created
some
mud.
overlap. And that might happen. And that's okay. I did also want to add that you can add your metallics or pearlescence. If you have that, you can add that in at any time. So that can be with the large brush or the medium brush or even the small brush. So I can show you that in a moment here.
There are metallic watercolors?
Yeah.
Oh,
I got really lucky when I found this one because there's metallics in here. It's the top ones
oh,
here.
okay.
Yeah. Pretty
Never.
cool, huh?
Yes, I need to look around for that.
Yeah. Amazon.
Ah, yes.
I love Amazon.
I hate love them.
Yeah, I totally get that. Love them for the art supplies for sure. Let's see. Now, for me, I'm just talking out loud here, okay? But for me, I feel like these colors are not related enough, in my opinion. So, I know, just thinking about it, I know that red and blue create purple. So I think that's what I can do. Maybe I'll add a little bit of purple and then see how that goes. See how I feel about it. I'm still going to stick with the large brush, just maybe for one or two more colors. So let's see. Add a little bit of blue. Here it is. There's that blue I was using. And then I already have some red and pink over here, so I can always mix that. Just, remembering that pink and blue make purple. And I know already that this little pile here, this huge pile here, has brown mixed into it already, so it's kind of toning it down just a little bit. So, where can I add it? I feel like that's a pretty good spot. And then maybe right here.
You're right, it's restful.
Oh, good.
Even though a little stressful, like, oh no. Oh no. But it's not like
It's okay.
that.
It is
And then
a-okay.
it's like, it doesn't matter. It's just circles.
Yes, exactly. I'm glad
Chill,
you can
just
see
chill.
that. I'm breaking my own rule too. I'm double dipping in my palette because I just didn't want to pick up another brush. But that's
And
okay.
now, are we going to cover the whole page with the circles, or are we going to have some white in between like you have there?
Oh yeah, like on the original. That's completely up to you. If you want, we can be intentional. And I think that that's the key word here. It's just if you want that white space, then keep that in mind and be intentional about leaving some of that white space in between. So we'll just put that, on the back burner. If
Mhm.
you're not intentional, you could be like me and just kind of go crazy, which is not always a bad thing, but it's a lot of colors. So yes, we can absolutely be intentional about it. So let me go ahead and add this color right here. Ooh, I love this color. Oh my God. New favorite color. This is so pretty. I'm just gonna add this color everywhere now because I love it. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and rinse my brush just because I'm taking a look at it and I want you guys to do this too. Take a look at it from afar. Do that every once in a while, just kind of, I don't know, I tend to like hunch over. So for me, looking at it from afar means that I'm not hunching over anymore. So see if you can just kind of sit back a little bit and take a look at it from a wider perspective. And for me, it's starting to kind of look a little bit crowded now. So to me, that means that I can move on to a smaller size brush now and start filling in the space from there. And that's also going to allow me to be more intentional about leaving some of that white space open too. So we can, at least start to have it become more like this one where there's some space in between. So, that being said, I am going to go ahead and rinse my brush and I'm going to go to my kitchen and get a little bit more water in a bigger cup. So I will be right back. All right, I am back. All right. Now, it's nice to kind of like step away, like out of the room, because I feel like that actually helped me to see what color I want to do next now. I want to go into golds now, like yellows. So I want to actually move back to some of the colors that are lighter in here. So lighter can also mean that there's more water mixed into it as well, okay? So like any one of these bold colors right here, I can make them lighter using more water. So I can do that. This one right here, this color probably, if I'm looking at it correctly, if this is the right one, it seems like it might be this color, but lightened up. So that means that there's a whole lot more water than there is pigment. So I can take my medium-sized brush now. And this doesn't mean that you have to move on to your medium-sized brush. If you're still using your large one and you're happy with the large one, then you can continue to use that. Now what I am gonna do is maybe wipe some of this off and make a little more space here. So let me get my napkin. I forgot to grab another napkin. How's everybody doing? You guys okay?
I haven't watercolor painted in years now, since I was last with you all. So I'm back to my stress
Oh
point,
no.
yeah, like all the things I learned from you, you say, like all the things you said, I'm like, oh, I've heard you say that so many
Oh.
times, and I just need to start hearing it again.
Oh man.
Mm,
Good
Well, I
though.
hope you can come
Muscle
back to
memory.
class.
yes, yeah,
Man.
life
Yeah,
got tough,
it
but
happens. I get it.
yeah,
It does happen. Well, I do repeat a lot of the same things again and again.
yes, thank you.
Sometimes I don't even realize it.
It's a Hannah-ism.
Right?
I
Can
like
somebody
it.
record the Hannah-isms?
I, I think you are, aren't you?
I am recording, aren't I?
AI
Right.
can compile you your Hannah-isms.
That's funny. It probably could.
I
What do I
bet.
say? I say, there's something about, God, of course I'm not remembering it right now, but there's something about like patterns and repetition that I talk about all the time. Power
There's
in
already
numbers. That's one.
there's
Sorry.
already been several things that I've just remember I was like, oh, yep, I remember that from before.
Yep, she said that before. And see,
Yeah, it's great.
I
It's
don't
great.
even, I don't even know what it is. All right,
So
y'all. So,
I have a question.
uh-huh,
Since I don't have watercolors really, I'm doing something else.
uh-huh,
But in your demonstration picture,
uh-huh.
you have it looks like pencil marks.
This one right here.
Yeah,
Pencil marks.
yeah. I mean, they're very. Or is it just a thin brush that you use?
It might be the thin brush.
Yeah, I thought it was pencil marks too, or like tracing.
Oh, really? Where at? Is it
Just
like
the
maybe this line right here?
No, a lot of
that really
lines.
they're just the really
Oh.
dark, thick ones that looks like Sharpie or
The
something
dark
to
thin
me.
Oh.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, these right here. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's using the tiny brush.
Hmm.
Teeny tiny brush. Yeah, yeah, that's what you're seeing right there. Although, I do have to say, if you want to use a marker, I don't see why you couldn't use a marker, like a Sharpie or even like maybe some of those Crayola markers that I use all the time. I don't see why not. Because that does give you a thinner line.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's kind of hard for you to use those thinner brushes, then yeah, absolutely bring out um some of those markers.
Well, since I'm not even using real brushes,
Go crazy.
I did a line and it looked like it kind of started to look like a pencil, and I'm like, oh right, yeah, her things look like pencils. I could do that. It could look like that.
Wow.
There's no rule.
That's true. There's no rules. Now here's what it looks like with the medium-sized brush. And I knew that I wanted to have a lighter color. So because of that, I added more water to my, I think I used this one right here. And that gives me a really light yellowish color. So this is my medium-sized brush. So I can do the exact same thing, but with this brush instead. So I can go in here, I can go in, make my circle, grab some more color. This is just for me, okay? But I'm gonna try to make more of an effort to maybe avoid those rings that are still wet because there's a lot of like this right here, like a lot of this bleeding.
Yes.
So I am gonna try to make more of a conscious effort to avoid those spots. I feel like I've been neglecting this little guy and this little guy over here, so maybe I'll do that. You can always, if you haven't taped down your piece of paper, you can move it around. Sometimes that helps, but it's the same idea, just with a smaller brush. Some of your colors may overlap. We want that overlap. We want some of that to happen. And you can even go way out here with your thinner brush strokes. So this one right here, making this thinner line outside. And that gives it a nice little look. Now I am going to add more pigment to this little pile of paint here. That way it's brighter, so more pigment means it's going to stand out more. So I'm looking for areas that are a little bit more dried off. So right in here, I can overlap this color. And there may be cases where you might have to maybe slow down a little bit, maybe step back, let it dry for a little bit. Because for me, I feel like I'm going super fast and I'm getting a lot of this bleeding of color.
Me too. I don't like it.
Yeah, you too. Yeah,
Yeah. It
it
makes me
might.
sad.
No,
How do we
no,
fix it?
Brandy.
We can't fix it, right?
Um, some cases it might be a little too much to like go over it again.
Yeah.
So what we can do is once it is more dry and once we move on to our smaller brush, we can start to just kind of disguise it a little bit
Okay.
using a smaller brush stroke. I'm trying to see if I can find an example.
Yeah, I have one really egregious one that
Yeah. Yeah, and for some, it might just take like an extra day or so. Like,
oh
let's
yeah.
see. You can't really see too much bleeding, but I know I did have some here.
Hmm.
So right here, for example, like some of those um it's a smaller brush, but thicker amounts of paint. So
Hmm.
it's like more of the watercolor than there is water. But only do that once it's dry. Like don't put anything on it until it's like dry. So for me, that means I'm just gonna have to wait for a little bit and just kind of hang back and wait for some of this to dry. Like I think I might be able to work on this guy. Can definitely work on maybe some of these areas. Definitely this one. I can work on that one. I do kind of like this part right here where these two colors sort of blended together accidentally. That's kind of like a happy accident right there. So I do like that. But yeah, this part right here for sure, I'm gonna want to address that. So we can definitely do that. How's everyone else doing? How are you doing, Bob? I know you just got here a little while ago. Let me know if you need any assistance. I'm trying to think. What did I do that was creative? Well, I do have a consignment shop. Um, so I love shopping, for different things. It helps me to, I guess, like scratch that itch to shop like garage sales and thrift stores and things. So I'll buy those things from garage sales or thrifts, and I'll put them in my consignment shop for resale. And lately, I've been finding a lot of super cute plushies. Um, so Marcy, I don't know if you've ever heard of Rilakuma, little Japanese like teddy bear. So cute. But I found like a bunch of Rilakuma and Hello Kitty teddy bears or plushies, not teddy bears. Hello Kitty plushies, and so I put those on my shop. And that's really fun for me.
What I mean, what are you doing? You're doing something with them.
Yeah, well, I'm just reselling them. It just makes me happy to resell them.
Oh, you're not even creating something new.
No, no.
I just
So
gave all
you,
the Hello Kitty stuff to the neighbors' girls.
Oh, did you? Oh,
Like they're 14 and into all that, and I was like, let me
cute.
give it to the neighbors' girls. They
Oh,
enjoyed.
that's cute. That's super cute. I really love Rilakuma. Um, Michaela, my stepdaughter, she loves Hello Kitty. Loves Hello Kitty.
mm,
Got a bunch of Hello Kitty stuff for Christmas.
I was just in Japan and was inundated by all that.
Oh my
Where did you
God.
go in Japan? Where'd you go?
Yeah.
Um, Kyoto, Mount Fuji, and then just Tokyo and Yokohama. I was just there
Ooh.
with my partner for his work. So, but I got
Ah,
to like go do my own thing because he was busy. So I got to go do my own thing.
Well,
nice.
Kyoto's pretty far from Tokyo. That was a good
It,
journey, right?
yeah, yeah. That we just hopped on as soon as we got in, super, jet lagged. We hopped on the train for 2 hours and went down there. But I actually rented a car and drove to Mount Fuji. And
Wow.
Wow.
I have to say the driving was the best part. I mean, Japan is just amazing in so many ways, but it's nothing like driving in the US, right? There's no big, I was there, I was driving a little toaster. Everybody drove little
Oh,
toasters. They're also like
toasters.
docile. And I mean, we went fast, but like there were no big monster trucks. There was no big like monster truck mental. Like I felt
Yeah.
it was great. I couldn't read a lick of the signs, but you
Yeah.
don't need to know where you're going. It's
So if you go a little over the speed, do you hear the little ding a ding a ding a
Ooh.
ding?
Not my rental car didn't, but or I didn't pick up on that, but um, because yeah, I mean, I did. No, I don't think I did. Is that something that you heard
Yeah,
or
my
know?
husband always goes too fast, and the cars warn you in Japan that you're going over the speed limit. So it'll
Oh,
give you a
mine
little
didn't.
ding a ding a ding a ding until you slow down. Then the ding in the car will stop, you know?
Wow.
I just turned the music up louder. It's fine.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was that? Oh, obliterate that noise.
Had you been there before?
No, no.
Oh, and you're just like, oh
And
yeah.
she drove, and I mean, I've been there for many years, and I won't drive.
Yeah,
I'd be
it'll be
afraid I'm on
fine.
the wrong side of the road. I'd be on the wrong side all the time.
Oh, that's right. Are you
Yep.
supposed to be on the
Yeah, the
left
other side.
side? Oh, so how was that experience driving on the other side? I've always been curious.
I had done it with my son like in Ireland a few months before, and
Ah,
uh, I was just glad I didn't have a manual because I think uh, like a stick shift and the other side, like that's just too much at once. I think feel like that would be cognitive overload. But
yeah.
you really do. There were only a few times in Ireland my son was like, "Mom, other side, other side." I was like, "Oop."
Oh, boy.
But like in Japan, I don't know. It just was fine. Even in like super
Wow.
heavy like Tokyo traffic, like it, yeah, you really do. You slip into it really pretty easily. It's
Okay.
just like it's just the other side. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just the other side, so it's just that
Yeah,
everything's flipped and it makes sense then,
yeah.
it sounds like.
You
Or
Well,
you
do.
just
I feel like when he's supposed to be turning right, he goes left. And I'm like, that it feels really weird to me.
I can
yeah.
cross the
I,
street in the UK, and I haven't been there in a long time. It's like, look left, look right. Wait,
yes, crossing the street
we're on the
actually, I
street.
always screw up. Yes, I will say it's hard. It's a lot harder for me as a pedestrian than as a car driver. I
Really?
Wow.
don't. Yeah,
You're
Interesting.
focusing in a different way, I guess.
yeah.
Huh. That's
Marcy,
so
I would
interesting to
totally.
know.
If you go back, Marcy, I just you just go on a little road, and I don't know. What's the worst that can happen?
I'll go near the
Well,
near my
Yeah, I know.
house. I'll drive near the my husband's family's house this way because
Yeah.
it's all like the rice fields, you
Oh,
know.
yeah.
I won't go into the Tokyo area driving.
Well,
Yeah.
when it's busy, you just do what the other cars are doing. It's harder when there's no cars and then you get into your own mentality and then you just like go, you know what I mean? Like you
Oh
just,
yeah.
you just follow the other cars and it makes more sense when you're surrounded by cars than if you're by yourself.
I can see that. I
So,
can, yeah, yeah, because then you kind of get into like that herd mentality, I
yeah,
guess.
yep,
That
just a
makes
lemming.
sense. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Well, that's really exciting.
I haven't been back since 2020.
Hmm.
Did you go during the pandemic then?
I got the last plane out before they closed the country down. My husband and I were lucky to
Ah.
get the last plane out.
Were you able to like get back home then, I guess?
Yeah, yeah, we got they closed down the airport and everything, and we got the last plane.
Oh, wait,
Literally
back.
the last plane out of, or we would have been stuck
Wow.
in Japan for a couple of years.
Oh,
We
I
didn't get
see.
out.
Yeah,
My
back to the
father,
US.
yeah, my father-in-law passed, and we went because for the funeral.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
glad you made
wow.
it.
Yeah, and then we got out just in time.
Mm.
Now, just so everybody knows, I'm just going in with my colors of choice, and I personally feel like it's a lot easier to fill in with this slightly smaller brush because I can, at least for me, I can take the same color and do a little bit more with it. But I don't know if that makes a lot of sense, but as you can see, a lot of these colors are repeating. I feel like this one right here in the beginning, like it was really bothering me just because of those areas right here where the color kind of like bleeds
Hmm.
into the next ring. And I feel like that's starting to improve. And just with these two blue strings here, it's starting to get its shape back. So just
So,
gonna
sorry,
mhm,
that's because you said you went over like near it in
mhm.
another darker color. Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Okay,
in
that
a
makes sense. Your
darker color.
distraction, I guess, or
That's honestly, yes, that's exactly
okay.
what it is. It's
Like, hey,
distraction.
look over
So
here. Don't look at that thing.
exactly. And in fact, I'm gonna give this area a little bit more time to dry. And then I'm gonna do the exact same thing with a darker color. So I am gonna use my thinner brushes to go over it with several rings, probably. Again, creating that distraction.
Can I ask a question then?
Yeah.
All right. I'll have to try to move my computer because everything's wet. But so, oh, yep,
Yeah, let
let me
me
turn off my uh, background here.
there we go.
Um,
Oh, that's right. It won't let me it won't let me show you until you show your face.
okay, wait. Nope, shoot. I have to undo my background. Okay. Okay. So, um, so, okay.
Ah, there we
You see
go.
that big purple one with the two wings.
Oh, I see it. Uh-huh.
I was thinking about making that big green next door, like making that purple too, just because it seems so egregious. I don't, do you have other suggestions?
What could you do?
Because it's terrible. Like it's the ring
I
with
think
wings.
the ring with the wings. I wonder. Yeah, I think it could work if you were to go over it with a darker green, then yeah, I think that would help it a lot.
Oh, a darker green, not just make it
Mm-hmm.
purple. Okay.
No, I think you know what, that might be the better choice because then you really wouldn't see those wings.
Okay.
At least not nearly as much. So yeah, actually that's a better idea. Go over it with some purple.
Okay.
And it looks like it's pretty dry. So I feel like you would be able to cover it up well enough
Yeah,
without it
but
mixing too much.
I did just see that red one or orange brown one. It's still wet, so I have to now wait for that
Ah, yeah.
little brown one to dry. But
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully it
Okay.
didn't take too long.
That's a problem when you just kind of bop around. You're like, wait, what's dry enough?
What happened? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think you're on the right path though,
Okay.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Thanks.
Hmm. Yeah, if anybody else has anything you want me to take a look at, let me know. I will be happy to help. Now I want to make like more of like a peacock green. And I'm just talking out loud. I want to like I
I
love
told
peacock
myself all the
green.
time.
Yeah, I talk to myself or the cats too.
Mm.
Here we go. Love this color. Oh, I feel like that's no, that spot's not exactly dry. It's still pretty wet. Maybe right here.
Mine's a total failure of bleeding into each other like crazy.
Ah,
So,
It's probably
well,
gorgeous.
no, this bled in really bad. I'm just going to ignore the bleeding and just go around the edges and make it different.
well, yeah, that is a good way to tackle that. But
I'm
yes, it
trying out all my
probably
new
is.
colors. I got new pearl, a new metallic, and
Ooh, ooh, new new pearl, new metallic. Okay, I love that.
so I'm trying everything out. So my colors may not exactly match. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it
And
anyway.
this is also a project that you can do in your free time too. If you ever want to tackle it again, you're repeating those patterns, repeating those circles again and again and again. There we go. Now for me, I tend to go crazy with the colors, if you couldn't tell already. That's something that I'm trying to, I guess, actively work on is making more complicated color palettes, but using only a limited palette. So more mixing my colors together.
Why?
Just because I feel like I like the challenge of it for
Mm.
one.
Okay.
Um, but I feel like I tend to admire more artwork that has a limited palette.
Okay. Obviously, any answer you would have given would have been the correct one, but just curious.
You still would have said, okay.
Yeah, right.
All right. Yeah, I
I'll
mean,
accept that.
Yep.
except you know what? Except for there's one particular artist. Gosh, I forgot her name, but I have to look her up. She uses neon colors
Mm.
like so bright, but it works. Like the way that she does it, it just works for her. I have to find her. And it works out because I want some of these areas to dry. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna look her up. I follow her on Instagram. Hmm. Not that I know what kind of search terms to use. I don't. Hmm. Well, yeah, I don't even know where to start. I'm not logged in on the computer. Oh well. But I know it's possible to go crazy with the colors and it just somehow makes sense. Okay, where was I? Oh yes. So I want to incorporate some metallics. So I'm going to do that now. That way I can also show you what it looks like when you overlap the darker colors. And then also when you overlap some of the lighter colors or even where there's no color at all. So I'm still on my medium brush, but I could really do this with any size brush. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I should do this one or this one. Do this one. Let me go for gold.
So now how many colors have you used?
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Yeah, I've used yes. So let's see, without the gold, it's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Seven colors. Probably eight. Okay, so here's what the metallic gold looks like over top a darker color. So maybe this one right here. Ta-da! Lovely. Then here's what it looks like over some white and much lighter colors. It's of course much brighter because there's nothing else underneath it, but still quite lovely and complex when it's over top of the darker color. So have fun with your metallics if you happen to have them. And just like with regular watercolors, you can absolutely further lighten them up by adding more water. So I've taken some of that, take some water, dilute it with the water, and then add that. So I've added the diluted version over top of this white right here. It's very subtle. But it still shows up on top of the purple right here. See that? In fact, I'm going to just fill in all of that. See, that's nice. Same diluted version of gold, but one is on top of the white, one's on top of the purple. So that'll look really nice once it's actually dried. But this is the point where I am going to be a little bit more cognizant about how much of this white space I'm covering up. Just because I want to, I want that separation, at least for me, I want that separation of rings. You know, I earlier, right before class, I actually wasn't feeling very good. But then class started and now I feel so much better.
Oh,
I know.
Glad to hear that.
I missed everyone. I love teaching.
hey.
I used to have a little class in a nursing home. It was kind of how I got my health insurance. Like once a week for an hour and a half down the street, and that, like about a mile from my house. And I never wanted to go. I would play music and do movement.
Yeah,
I didn't know what
yeah.
I was doing. And I was like, I never wanted to go. But then after spending an hour and a half playing music and moving and seeing everybody,
Oh,
yeah, you feel better.
felt better. Yeah, exactly.
Is it the
Exactly how it
people? Is
is.
it the moving? Is it everything?
I think it's the music. Yeah, I mean,
Ah, the
I
music,
think it's
yeah.
the music, it's the moving, it's the creative. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, well, I don't want to leave my house or my bed. It's 10:30. It's too early to go out. Okay, I'm not happy with what I have, but because I'm trying different things, so I can show you.
Yeah, let's see
I'm
it.
trying different because I'm not doing the watercolor. I don't want to do the smudge. The watercolor thing just doesn't really work. Oh, you're not gonna be able to see it anyway, though, you know.
No?
Well, because
Oh.
remember, I always have that problem.
Oh yeah, because of the light
Yeah.
difference. Yeah.
But, well, actually, you got a pretty good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so I started with like those clean lines,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went, well, all right, I'm going to get some fuzzy lines, and I'm going over.
Yeah.
It's the brown gold is not brown gold, but that's why I asked you about those lines. Like you see, like sometimes I'll go over, and it'll give me like a wrinkly line. Like I think that's a cool
Yeah.
effect.
I love that effect, the wrinkly lines.
Yeah, I just decided I wanted to go squiggly and then put, but what's missing?
I really like how yours don't overlap. Maybe just because it's, I don't know, clean for I like both, but yeah, I like how yours are all concentric circles, not piled up on each other.
Oh,
Mm.
because I have a tool and I can make a circle, but then
Yeah.
I sometimes deliberately kind of tweak it so it's not exactly a circle or it doesn't land in the same place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little
Like
more,
a bullseye. Yeah.
yeah,
Perfect kind of.
but I like it when they're not like that. But
Mm-hmm.
I want to do more. I guess I'm trying to figure out. So now what should I do?
I'm loving yes, that bullseye, but also there's this one that from what I can see, there's only like three rings. There's like a lighter blue and then the green and then the
Well,
darker
which
blue.
neighborhood? Is it like the top, the middle, or the bottom?
It's the one
Um,
where it's off center, right?
yeah,
Like
it's off
that's
center,
the
like to
perfect
the
one to,
left.
yeah,
Wait,
I
what's
love that
they're
one
all
too.
off center? So is it like top, the middle-ish, or the bottom? Because I can't.
Like
Uh,
the
My
center
brain.
is off circle. Like it's the big center,
yeah.
but it's
That,
off.
Yeah, like the green it starts with the green line, or I'm sorry, not the green line. The green circle is off center. Gosh, I wish it's more on the left side. It's more like
your
left
left side would
center.
be my left, but is it in the middle row? Like I feel like there's three.
Can you put your finger out there and we could
Well, not
say
really,
cold?
because I have to hold my
Yeah.
hand. Like
Hot, cold.
yeah, like that one. You think?
That one, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
the one
one.
you just pointed
So
to.
what is that you like about it?
Okay, so it reminds me of whenever I went to go visit Palm Springs for the first time. You know how it's very like mid-century modern over
Yeah.
there? Well, there's this one art gallery and it your picture reminds me, especially that one spot reminds me of this artist's artwork because he uses like rings like that and they're in the same style where they're straight line not straight lines but more flat
Clean,
lines like
like clean, like
non-squiggly
a smooth.
clean. Thank you. Thank you, words. They're more clean lines. And they're off center just like that one. And so your color palette further reminds me of that same art gallery,
So
specifically in Palm Springs.
okay, so now I can't stand holding it anymore. So now that I'm looking at it from
Mhm.
a different angle, it's kind of a funny different way of looking at a different angle. Like the orange and the yellow or the
Uh-huh.
blues and the greens, should I just keep them in those? Like I don't have to make them all have similar colors.
You mean like the same style?
Not
Clean.
even style, but even color. Like
Mm,
you were sort of adding the same similar colors in them. And it's
mm-hmm.
like, well, what if I have some that are just green and blue and yellow, and what if I have some that are
Ah,
orange and yellow,
yeah.
or until whatever comes up, like something's missing.
I feel like definitely larger rings around some of them would help a whole lot. But I think it would be a good idea to maybe have some of them a little bit more on the greenish side and maybe other ones a little bit more on, I don't know, like an orange
Yeah,
orangey
yeah.
side.
And then would I, so you're thinking make some of the smaller ones bigger and then they'll overlap on
Mhm.
those, but that's not going to ruin
Hmm.
anything?
Yeah, no, not at all. Especially if you're a little bit more selective, like maybe maximum like three of them. Three of your circles have larger rings around them.
Oh,
And
okay.
that'll just kind of make a good contrast, I think.
And then
It'll make contrast between your different rings.
now of the little ones or the bigger ones? So I should make bigger.
Maybe on the bigger ones.
Okay. And
Yeah,
then
maybe on the bigger
should
ones.
I, can I, should I, could I add another color? I wasn't intending to do the teal, but it showed up there anyway. So I was
Mhm.
using two, different kind of brushes, but then I get cuckoo when I have too many. I can't,
Cuckoo.
and I do like the squiggly one. So is there like another color I should try to go for, or should I?
I don't
Since I
know.
couldn't quite, do the watercolor thing on this.
I am seeing that um ooh, sorry. I am seeing a lot of like similar colors, and I feel like you should stick with the with similar colors. Like I'm loving the green. Like that green within that same ring.
Even though
Yeah,
it's
that
not really
green.
that color.
Maybe a little bit more of the green.
The green,
Um,
that green is really chartreuse. Yeah,
is it really? It looks
you
like
can't tell.
like a
Then
new green to
and
me.
then so like I'm looking at your purple. I'm like, should I add purple? Or is that gonna just ruin it? Well, I could
I
always
think yeah, you could always add it and then delete it, of course. But
Yeah, you have an undo button.
you
yeah.
do yeah, you
Well,
do have an undo
I have
button.
like 10. I can undo, 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 undo.
Yeah.
But then like if I wanted to add another color, what do you think
Uh-huh.
would be
Maybe pink. I think pink would be nice.
pink?
Yeah, or like or fuchsia, pink or fuchsia. I
You
think
know, it's
purple
funny.
might be a
Like, you can make a suggestion, and then I go, "No, you're wrong," and then it's okay.
yeah.
I still get the answer. Well,
Yeah.
you're right. Okay.
Well, you try it out, and if you don't like it, it's okay.
Okay. Thanks. I mean, I'm glad I just was willing to go with it and not
Yeah.
try what you could do because I can only do what I can do.
Okay, guys. I do want to show you what it looks like with the smaller brush. Where did it go? Where did my tiny brush go? Oh, here it is. Here we go. So it's a pretty small brush. I will probably have to keep on refreshing with more color. But that's okay, just because it's a small brush, so it can't really hold too much. Let's see. I I know right here I would love to color or not color, cover up some of these little inconsistencies. So let's try to do that.
Oh, is that what we call them? Inconsistencies.
Inconsistencies. Yeah, that's our new word of the
Yes.
day. Let me go for this one. This one, it's a very bold color. It's very bright. I know it will be very good at distracting. So let's do it. Go
Hannah,
ahead and uh-huh.
do you want to see? I'm kind of melting the colors together since they all bled anyway. Do you want to see?
Ooh, yeah. Do you mind
It
if
looks
I
like
let me just
it's a mess.
finish this up real quick?
Well, yeah, I have to open up the visual. So,
Yeah. Let me I just want to finish that up. And if you have to keep on refreshing like with the water plus the actual color, that's okay. See, there we go. That's a nice little distraction.
oh, I have to put in little ones like that.
Oh, it is a
Yeah.
good distraction.
Right? It's bold, it's bright, covers it right up.
That's what when I was saying, did you do like a pencil?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, nope, no pencil. Okay, Marcy, here you
Then I think I'll
are.
define it like you're doing. How
Ooh,
you define it.
Ooh.
I love that.
So I think I'll put some definition in there, like you did, to
Yeah, especially just on some of the smaller ones, just to differentiate some of the smaller ones, but those small ones, they look like flowers. They look like blooms to me.
it
That
looks like
is
a friggin'
so
mess.
pretty.
Can
But I
you
think I'm gonna do like you did. I'm
Oh,
gonna
can I see it one more time?
Can you
I'm
move it
gonna dry it
over,
out a
or
bit and then I'm
can
gonna
you
put in
just
some darker lines.
can you move it over or like cover your face or something so we because it's half off the screen.
Maybe down a little bit. There we go. Oh,
Oh yeah.
there we go. That is so pretty, Marcy. That's
Oh yeah.
gorgeous. And I
I'm
know it's kind of late for some of my East Coasters, so
Mm.
you are more than welcome to share if you want. Even if you haven't put your thin brush strokes on there, that's okay. Can always do that another time as well. I mean, you guys basically you got it down. Like you have the what is it? The technique down. Just with a
Mm.
smaller brush.
Now I feel
Sierra.
Marcy's. I want to
Yes.
do the
Yeah.
sponge.
I can share. So I have something going on here. I don't know.
Really?
Yes, I love your colors.
Thank
They're
you.
so pretty.
Beautiful.
I'm
I
thinking about
know.
adding some smaller lines, just playing with the brushes a little bit. And I don't know, for some
Yeah.
reason, I want to add some orange. I want to add orange to it as well. So I'm going to try to
Yeah.
play around with it. But here's my little masterpiece.
I love it. And I can definitely visualize like oranges and maybe like tangerine colors too.
Oh
That would be
yes,
nice.
really
Go with
cool.
all that dark blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I
Yeah,
love it.
especially. I love it. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you so much.
Sierra.
I enjoy it. Thank you so much. Good
Didn't
night, y'all.
Good
Good night.
night.
Sierra
Yes,
Night.
who?
been here before?
Good night. Hey, bye bye.
Thanks. What was that, Karen?
Sierra, hasn't haven't you been here
Oh,
before?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, all right.
okay.
That's why she's like,
Yeah,
"Oh, it's
Okay.
your
I'm
first time."
back.
I'm like,
And I know.
"Oh,
Okay. I'm sorry I didn't remember you. I feel
Oh
so
no, that's
bad.
fine. It's been a while. It's
I
been a while.
know
Okay.
it
Thank
is."
you.
Been a
Well, I'm
while
glad
for
to
me
have you
too.
back.
Thank y'all.
Aw. Who else? Who else would like to share? Okay. All right. Well, let me go ahead and spotlight. Oh, Sandra, there you are. What? You were there for a second.
Kinda. Let me see if I can get this.
Yeah, that's okay.
Uh, there, I guess.
There we go.
Uh,
Lovely. Okay, spotlighting you. Ooh, bold colors. Love that.
I think
Whoa.
I need to add some babies in there,
Wow. Somewhat.
little ones.
Yeah, yeah, maybe some little ones, but honestly, like maybe not quite so much like little rings, but like the thinner brush strokes. I think more like thinner brush strokes. But like it is so gorgeous, like otherwise.
You stuck with like a few colors, and I do like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Then I was putting those yellow ones and I'm like, I don't know that I like that, but I don't know.
Mm.
The thinner ones,
Oh, uh-huh, those right there.
just
What if
the
you were
random.
to What if you were to fill those in, like maybe, or not fill them in, but like add some rings that are wildly different colors. Like maybe some more tangerines. I'm on a tangerine tangent today.
A tangerine
Let's,
day.
yeah, it's a tangerine. I mean, I don't know. I can envision that, but maybe mostly
Like
it's
on the
because
inside
yeah, on
of
the
the yellow
inside.
or
On the inside of the yellow. And I still think that something like that would still match your color scheme. Or even if you were to add some greens to it, I think that would work out really well too.
okay.
Yeah. But I love it as is though.
All right. Thanks so much,
Lovely.
Hannah.
Thank you. Lovely. Who else? Marianne? Yes, Marianne. Oh my God, another amazing color scheme. You guys are so good at this. There it is. I love that. Look
Well,
at
Oh
I,
yeah,
I, I
there
don't
we
know.
go.
My circle turned into something
Oh,
else, but it's okay.
Oh, you mean the
yeah.
one at the top where it like follows
Like,
along?
Yeah, this guy over here.
That guy.
Yeah.
And I think that's okay. It makes for a really interesting element. But I'm honestly though, I'm mostly looking at your color scheme because I love all of those colors together and they look like complex colors that you slightly mix some colors to change it up a bit, and then you slightly mix up the next color to change that up a little bit more.
Yep,
Um,
that's it. I couldn't recreate it if I tried, but it was
no,
fun.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think you did an amazing job.
Well, thank you. Maybe in the morning I'll add some more to it. We'll see.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I do have a lot of empty space there, but this was very relaxing. Thank you.
Yay.
And it
Love
looks like
it. Thank
ripples.
you.
I mean, that was the,
Yeah.
They
I
kind of
mean,
look like ripples.
Yeah, and it could go this way or that
Oh,
way. I
I
kind of like that.
know.
Yay! Thank you. Yeah, it was a good. It
Exactly.
was kind of flip it around. Well,
Yeah,
thank you.
see?
Yeah,
Thank
thanks.
you, Marianne.
Well, I'm going to say goodnight because it's getting late here.
Yeah, yeah, no, I
Nice to
get it.
see everyone.
Good
Nice to
night.
see
Good
Bye-bye.
night.
you. Yeah, I might have to end it soon-ish, maybe in 10 minutes. I forgot. I woke up at 4:30 this morning, so
Whoa.
Me too.
you too?
I got up at,
Yes.
well, actually, it was 4:40 exactly.
Oh
Mm.
boy.
Sometimes that's
Yeah,
when I go to bed. So
Oh,
I'm the opposite.
man.
But I still have to get up for work, so it's not good.
Ooh, yeah, that's
Do
I don't
not
know how you
recommend.
do it. Yeah, I woke up like my cat Jax was like sleeping next to me, and I woke up because he was like furiously cleaning himself.
Yeah.
So like he was like positioned like right next to me, and so his head is just like bobbing up and down. And he's not a small cat, he's a big cat.
A
So
very clean cat.
yes, he is very clean, yes. Which is
Yay.
funny to think about because he's the one who he'll go outside and he will like roll around in the dirt. He loves it.
Hmm.
Anna Marie, hello.
Hi, Hannah.
Hey,
Um,
good to see you again.
I know it's been a long time. I'm going to be moving in 2 weeks to not Texas, to Florida, and I don't have very many supplies. So
Oh,
I used these soluble pastels, and I didn't have a big range of colors. So
oh,
um, now I just have to figure out how to get my video to go. Okay, here we go.
there we go. Ooh, that is gonna be so cool to see.
Can you see it?
Oh, I see your puppy.
No, it's supposed to be.
That's a very limited palette.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, why didn't it said,
no,
oh,
we
it said
see, we
stop
see you.
video.
No, you were
Uh,
there. We saw you.
Can
You
you
just
see
need
it
to put
now?
the picture up.
I always have these technical problems.
let me see.
We saw
Maybe.
your matching hair with the poodle.
So
Oh,
what does it say? It says start video.
I
Oh,
can. Oh, well, but you know how to like start the
There,
video.
there.
It's
Don't
just
okay,
don't
can you
touch
see
anything.
me? Okay,
You're
wait.
there.
Oh, Goldie, I don't know why is
Ooh.
this thing?
Oh, it's
Oh,
just
it's the
yeah,
background.
you have to remove the background photo.
yeah. I think
Oh,
if you click on the three
Or if you
dots.
put your painting right in front of your face, so you can't see us, but we
Mhm.
could see.
okay,
It'll
all
just.
right.
Yeah. Okay. Let me spotlight you now.
Can you see it?
Just a dog.
No, just your puppy. If you click on your icon, I'm sorry, on your screen, the three dots in the top, you should be able to see where it says blur my background and a check mark next to it. Uncheck it.
Uh, not under, wait, let's see. Oh, those are all reactions.
Hmm.
They're all
Oh,
different wherever you are. But if you put that painting in front of your face,
that's what I did.
Yeah, she's got
Can
the background up, so
oh, it's still
Yeah.
not doing it.
yeah.
Well, I
I'll play
gotta.
around and maybe someone else could go.
Yeah, yeah. If you want to figure it out, I'm sure there's others we can
There's a thing
see.
called more. On mine it says
Hmm.
more, and that gives you some
Yeah, but none of the options applied.
for
It's
more.
under do you see a video button? And then like a little arrow, and then you can open up more options with the video and turn off your background. Let's
Yeah,
see
see if you can find the arrow on the bottom.
Yeah.
You
like
know
where it
that
says
Yeah.
that
video.
more keeps changing, you know? I've been doing things with it, and now that I hit more, it's like, what? It's giving me,
Hmm.
it's changing what you can do. It's not you. It's not you. It's the insanity of techno-fascism.
Yes.
All right, let me stop it and then try to go back to the setting.
Yeah, that might help setting.
Where are the settings? They went
I
away.
Um,
don't.
well, if you go to the bottom and it says more on the
I
bottom and
know,
then the
but
three
it's not
dots at the
giving me
top.
settings. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
I
there
had
wasn't
someone do a
anything there
tutorial
that
not
made
that long
sense.
ago, and I
Do
was
you
like,
s- do you see your camera icon where you can like turn your camera on and off?
Yeah. That's where mine is. Turn off my
"Oh,
background.
blur my
Yeah,
background." Oh yeah, that's true. There's a carrot.
You want the adjust background and effects
yeah.
There's a carrot right above the video. There's
Mm-hmm.
a carrot, and then it's the
or a little air, like a little
yeah.
hat. Yeah.
Hat, carrot,
Yeah.
arrow.
I
It's
know
all the
people
same
don't always
thing.
know carrot, but that's what I say too. But
It's a hat.
I
Like
have
hat.
mute, start video, chat, more, and leave.
No, don't
oh
go to
wow.
more. Go to video. Go to the second icon. It says audio and video. So go to video, and there's a little arrow or a carrot.
Wow, I have like 15 buttons, but that's because of Duke. So more
Okay,
buttons are not always good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
No,
Okay, I
it's
have
okay.
start video. You want me to do that?
Are you on
Yeah.
video? Not start video, just video.
Hmm.
Just says start video.
Where does it say that?
I pressed that, but
Yeah, but where does it say that? Where are you?
underneath on the bottom, I have mute, start video, chat, and then more, but more doesn't have anything that would help me.
Hmm. Are
Hmm.
you on what device are you on? On a laptop
I'm
or
on an Android.
You're on Android.
oh, you on your like a phone or a tablet?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so
Um,
that's the
Oh,
difference.
yeah, and I usually do Android
Hmm.
for my for my Zoom,
Mm-hmm.
and it's yeah. Usually when I went to more, it gave me things like I could turn the sound off if I didn't want
So
it.
try this since I mean, I'm on an iPhone, but I imagine it might be similar. Go to the three dots on the right side. It says more.
My three dots are at the bottom.
Yeah, they
Yes,
are on the
yes.
bottom.
Yeah, they're on the bottom.
Okay. And then
Y-
I have participants, share, record, show CC, notes, apps, disconnect audio, missing info, and settings.
Settings. Go to settings, and then you
Okay.
should
Virtual
see,
background.
yep, there you go.
None. Did I hit none? Okay, she's
Yeah.
gone. So now,
There we
I
go.
Yay, we did it. Love it. Okay, we're gonna spotlight you now. There it is. Honestly, okay, you mentioned that you had the water soluble pastels, but
right.
they look like watercolors to me. They're
Yeah.
so pretty.
Thank you.
I know, that is gorgeous. And like even some of those areas where I can still see the brush strokes, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
they're still just so pretty to look at.
Your orange
Thanks.
is
I think I have
glowing.
better
I
colors.
know. Your
Huh.
orange is glowing. I
Yeah.
love like the blue and orange like combination. And ooh, and also I see one spot where the colors do bleed together, but it does it in a really nice way.
That like
Thanks.
dark blue area.
Yeah, yeah, the
Yeah,
really
I
dark
like
blue,
yeah, I like that too.
right? Like it's just it works really well
Mm-hmm.
for it.
Thank you.
That
This
is
was somebody else said very relaxing.
love that.
Yeah.
Yay.
Anna
So
said it
thanks a
was
lot.
relaxing.
And I'm going to sign off because it's late here.
Yeah, yeah. Good
All
night,
right.
Anna
Bye,
Marie.
Good luck
everybody.
with moving.
Thank you.
Yeah, good night.
Yes, good luck.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah. Anybody else wanna join in and show off?
Huh.
I'm probably gonna sign off in about 4 minutes here, so because I am tired. Once I realized like I wasn't paying attention to the time. until just a few minutes ago. And then now that I am, it's like, okay, my body now wants to sit down and lay down. It
Yeah, I
happens
still
every
have
time.
laundry and dishes. Okay, I'll
Mhm.
show mine and well, I'm gonna wait till the 4 minutes, but I can show mine. I just put more wet stuff on there, so I'll move my computer rather than the
Ah,
thing.
okay. Yeah, yeah. Let me.
Let's see. Okay,
Ooh,
there.
that is
Wait,
so pretty.
you
Okay,
can see
so
like the melt there. So this is the one I tried to fix with more purple, but then
yeah.
I it just started it did it again. So yeah.
I love the way it like melted together though. 'Cause I mean, I know that that's not what you wanted it to do, but I'm looking specifically at the purple and that other smaller ring on
This one?
the
Or
opposite. Yeah, that one right
yeah.
there.
This
I
one's
just
not bad.
love
Yeah.
that. I love that one so much.
I actually do like that one now that I look at it. This is the one, and I think I just did it too soon.
That one. I think that can still easily be disguised like with some more. Like once it
Yeah,
like yeah,
dries more another
exactly.
circle around it. Okay.
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
just need to
that's
stop for tonight.
and that's okay. If you need a pause, that's all right. Come back to it later.
Let it dry. I
Hmm.
just keep putting things on when it's still not ready.
Yours is
So,
reminding me of like there is a anime that I used to watch years ago. I think it was called Outlaw Star. It's just really cheesy and corny anime, but I loved it at the time. But like the rings, like the way the rings are covering it up, it reminds me of like some of the technological elements in that
huh.
anime. I know it's so specific, but I'm suddenly thinking of my childhood now.
Isn't it funny the things that we're reminded of sometimes?
Yeah, yeah. Like that's the just specifically the way you created it. There's something about rings in that anime
Hmm.
and yeah.
Hmm.
I like it.
Well, thanks.
Hannah,
Thank Yeah.
do you want to see? I added I put in some, what do you call it? I put rings
Yes.
with a gel pen.
Oh, with
Oh
a
I'm not
my.
finished yet,
pen.
so you can see.
Ooh, that is cool. That's way more defined
Yeah.
now. And you use different colors, didn't you? Did you? You
Yeah,
did?
so I'm gonna continue
Oh yeah,
to
okay.
outline them, and
Yeah.
it breaks up some of that bleeding.
Yeah, it
And
does.
this
It
one I
really
didn't really
does.
see this one where it just when I picked it up to show you, it just
Oh.
Yeah.
dripped all the way down on here.
Oh yeah, because it was still wet.
Yeah. So I'm gonna continue to do that, and it makes it look a whole lot nicer when I outline the whole thing.
Yeah,
I
that's
need gel
lovely.
pens.
I love gel
I
pens.
was
I
using
got them for Christmas. It was a Christmas gift.
your
Fancy.
what is it? Using your well, you say
What?
tools, but I know when I've done creative projects, it's like use your obstacles.
Mm, use your
You know, like
obstacles. I
how
haven't
am
heard
I
that
going to do
one.
this? Well, just use your obstacle. Figure out a way to use the obstacle.
Oh, can I show another thing real fast?
Yeah, yeah.
So, it's not the art that I did, but when I was in Japan, I did get a tattoo. Still, I
Oh,
wanted to show not my artwork, but one that I will live with forever.
Let me
Okay,
oh
let's
my
see.
see.
Let's see. Wait, let
God.
me try to.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh
there.
wait.
Uh,
Oh, oh my God. Oh,
Oh,
you got what is it? A cherry blossom.
Yeah, so I got the cherry blossom, and then this is supposed to be a few years ago with one of my therapists, we talked a lot about the parable of the two arrows, a Buddhist
Huh.
parable. Anyway, so it's the first arrow is pain, and you can't control that. We all get that. The second arrow is suffering, and that's what we control, how we react to the pain. So anyway, so I
Oh,
have that arrow kind of like disappearing into the cherry blossom, and yeah, so a
wow.
How long did
That,
that take?
and that is
couple hours.
beautiful.
wow.
I think I'll keep it.
Did
What?
it
I think you're
hurt?
brave.
Like right on the tender
You should
part of
keep
the
it.
bone.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you decided that
Right.
just now.
And you went and
Yep.
you needed like pain. You're like, okay, yeah, I can do pain.
Well, I really wanted the Tabori form of Japanese, like where they tap you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But there's not a lot of artists that still do the old school way, and
Oh,
I've heard it's very like a meditative pain. But they just like, but
oh.
anyway, like there's only a few, and it just it was like kind of last minute, and I was like, I just can't work that out. So maybe next time, I would love to
Yeah,
go get a
next time.
Tabori.
I
But
love your tattoo. And what's the name of the parable or
oh, it's just the Buddhist parable. It's the two
oh,
arrows.
the two arrows? Okay, I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
look
If you
that
look that
up
up, yeah,
because
it
I
just
love the idea
it's
behind it.
yes, it struck me. And so like during there, I was just like, that's it. I like my plan was always just put the two plain arrows on my forearm. And then I was like, wow, that's so boring.
Yeah.
So yeah, it kind of yeah,
Cherry
this is where I
blossoms.
got to. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the
So
cherry blossoms kind of. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
thanks.
Oh,
My
I
my
love
son
it.
is a tattoo artist,
Oh
Oh,
my gosh. Wait,
what?
that's awesome.
and
No way.
he does a lot of he's half Japanese, so he does a lot of he does Asian ones. He does anything you want, but
Yeah, yeah.
he makes his own artwork.
Yeah.
Wow,
And
how cool is
he was
that?
tattooed by a famous Tokyo tattoo artist.
Which
Uh,
one?
you have to ask my
Ooh.
son. He's not.
Okay. Yeah, because I now have gotten more knowledgeable on them because there was like the famous Tabori one that I wanted, but he was all the way down in what
Oh.
Osaka? Is that the one very down at the bottom of the anyway, I was just
Yeah,
like
Osaka, yeah.
yeah, I was like, I just can't get
So
that all
now,
figured
so
Yeah.
out.
now
What
you can go to San Diego.
Yeah,
can I?
he's in San Diego.
I
Oh,
mean, that's
okay.
a lot
Son,
easier
son
to,
is here in San Diego.
All right. That
Wow.
a little cheaper.
Yeah.
Skosh.
I
somehow, Marcy, I was looking for your address, so somehow I don't think I could recreate it, but somehow I did fall upon your son's tattoo, like
What did
Yelp.
you think of his artwork?
It was amazing. That's why,
Oh,
I'd
Brandy,
love
you
to
wouldn't be
see it
sorry. It
sometime.
was amazing.
He was in a documentary in 2010 for artists in San Diego.
No way.
Yeah,
or
many years ago when he was
I gotta
young.
look up okay,
what?
okay. What
Yeah. What's his name?
yeah,
What's
what's his
Kenny
name?
Kenny Kenny Waizumi. Waizumi. Kenny Waizumi. He's an electric tiger tattoo.
Hmm.
okay?
I was amazed. I was really impressed. I forgot about that because I haven't seen you. And then I didn't want you to think I'm stalking you, but I did stalk you to find your
He's
address.
stalking
I
me.
sent you a card.
He's stalking me.
Oh,
You
that's
go, girl.
awesome. Let's
Really,
see.
really
Friend.
amazing.
And
Cool. Okay, I
Hannah
wrote it
has seen
down.
some of my daughter's artwork, right, Hannah?
Yeah, yeah, your daughter's artwork is just gorgeous.
So my kids are artists.
Cool. Man, that is so cool.
Oh, yep,
Family of
here he is.
artists.
Oh, he's on Instagram. Okay.
Right? I
Uh, J
forgot. Now I have to go look again because
You
now.
found him?
Oh yeah. Oh, he's all touch color and oh, he does some good.
Oh,
A lot of the designs he did himself. Like, he drew himself.
Yeah.
cool. Maybe I'll follow him on Instagram too. Jeanette, I wanted to open the floor to you in case you wanted to share. You don't have to though if you don't want to.
I mean, this is my first time.
Yeah, yeah. No worries.
Yeah.
No worries. If you don't want to, that's okay. We will respect that, but of course we would love to see.
I'm doing it off of my phone, not
Yeah.
on my laptop, so I don't
Ah.
know how to show.
So you're watching the screen from your phone?
Yeah.
Sarah.
Can you turn your video on and just put it on your artwork or?
Wait. Oh, is that it?
If you
Are you able to see?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
no.
We have to turn the video on.
I
that's on.
could send you a message saying ask to start video, and then you just click OK if you
Oh,
want to do that.
that is fine. I mean, I guess because I see myself, but I guess.
Yeah, well then There you go. I sent the
Oh,
request. Oh, there you are. See? There we go.
Hmm.
Ooh,
Oh, yay!
yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Look at
Whoa, I
that.
love the colors. Look how
I
beautiful.
know. I love how bold everything is.
And she didn't bleed. Amazing.
I know. How did you
Oh,
manage that?
Are those watercolors?
yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Wow. How are those watercolors? They're so bold and bright.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I didn't find metallic, so unless I order online and it wouldn't get here
Ah.
in time. But
Yeah.
Wait, that's okay. Like I
I don't
literally
have
only
metallic.
see the one spot where the color just bled a little bit and that's it.
I
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
it.
That is
Yeah.
impressive though.
Yeah. So dark. I don't usually see watercolor that dark of color, vivid and thick or
I
rich, I guess.
know.
Oh.
You did
Very
such a
nice.
good job.
Yay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you for
My girl,
sharing.
I had told my girls about this class, and they were like, "Oh," and they're artistic,
Oh, I love
it,
it.
and enjoy arts. But they both had to work today, so they
Oh,
were just like, "Oh, get the Picasso out of you." So,
that's cute.
Or into you.
huh?
Or into you.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
We're all Picassos here.
but they was enjoying even the I have the animals running around.
Oh, it sounds like my household.
Yeah, well, I have two dogs, but of course the girls leave and left me their cats. So I got two dogs and
Ah, that's hilarious.
I
It's
take
okay.
them and I send them to them telling them they miss them when they're coming for their cats.
Aw.
But they're not coming for cats.
Where are you located?
I'm in Orlando.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
My sister's in St. Cloud.
Oh, not too far.
Yeah, she's in St. Cloud. And
Super
my nieces,
cool.
my both my nieces are in St. Cloud.
Oh, okay.
Man, I'm gonna have to take a
Yeah.
trip to South or no, North Carolina and Florida
Yeah.
now. There's so many you guys are like
You said that before.
I have said that before. I will
One
try.
one day, right, Hannah? One
Yeah,
day.
That's
exactly.
right.
One day.
haven't you gone to Florida?
No, I
Oh, I
haven't.
thought you
No.
somehow I thought you had gone to
Uh,
Tampa.
Mm-mm.
I made that up.
Oh, speaking of Florida, I'll end on a little bit of good news. I recently got accepted into
Oh,
a
that was it.
what was it?
Right?
Huh?
Tampa Airport.
Yes, yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
that was it.
Okay.
That's why I thought you'd been to.
So Karen knows. Well, I recently got accepted into a arts organization. They're a company, like an art collecting company.
oh,
Oh, well, they don't collect the artwork, but there's a better word for that. They're called art lifting. And so they connect
Did they steal
artists,
stuff?
right? They connect artists with businesses that want to purchase their either originals or purchase
Oh.
prints of their artwork. And so I just recently sold prints of two of my artworks that are going to be displayed at the Tampa airport. The
nice.
airport!
That's a
I
lot of
was
people.
like, I know.
Oh, that's funny,
Like,
but you don't go
so
just your
excited.
art, like, right?
Yeah, just my art. Yeah. Yeah, just my art goes there. But still, I was so like flabbergasted when I got the email. Like, my prints are gonna be in an airport? What?
Would there be like I don't know, a URL or a QR code for more of your stuff, or
I
how
I
will they
don't
find you?
I don't know. Well, yes, they always have like the artist information, no matter where you
Yeah.
go. So I'm sure there's gonna be something, with like my information, maybe like a little blurb about me.
Because I do
But
that sometimes, right? When you're like going around art airports or wherever, and you're like, wait, who is that? And you go try to find more about them. And
Yeah, that's exactly. And like I'll take pictures, like if it's a lot to read, then I'll just take a picture of it and
yep,
I'll just
yep.
like read it,
Or
at
never
another
look at it
time.
again and have 5,000 photos. That's what I do.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes.
But is it
But hey, it's in my
when you
phone.
say
That's right.
is it prints that people can buy, or it's just to display? I mean,
Well, they are to display. So what happens with that company is they had taken my artwork, like the actual pieces themselves, and they paid for shipping to and from a professional scanner. So these
Oh.
scanners would then give them the digital copy. And so from there they can make like any size, well, I guess not any size, but like different size prints of the scans. So whoever wants to order them will go onto the Art Lifting website and order directly from the website. And then they'll get their prints framed. I think they partner with like framers somewhere. I don't know how that works, but they can get it framed and display it wherever they want to. So it's a partnership between like me and the art lifting company. And
Hmm.
actually, I should have told Anna Marie when she was here too, because they accepted me because they accept people who are not houseless, or they're
homeless,
disabled.
houseless.
hmm or they're disabled. So people who, like us, we've
Mm-hmm.
got something wrong with us. I have MS. Y'all have MS.
Woo! Yay!
Woohoo! So
So
they accept
have they
artists
shown it yet?
who, what was that?
Have they shown it yet? Or
I think I'm on their website. I know I have a
I,
profile on their
I was
website.
just looking. But hey,
Yeah, you
use
can
the
Brandy's
find.
always
EMS
the
for
like
whatever you have to, right?
the researcher.
Here, hold on, let's see if I can find it. So yeah, I thought I would like say that little bit of happy news.
That's
I'm so
awesome. Yeah.
See,
happy.
that's why I thought you were at the Tampa airport,
She is in a way.
right?
In a way, yeah. And I still don't know like what it actually looks like, 'cause I haven't seen any pictures of my artwork like on display there. So I hope I get it soon, if I even get it at all. We'll see. But I will share if I do get any pictures. Okay, so
Hmm.
here's the art lifting website. So for anybody watching the recording, I'm sure you guys can apply as well. Anybody who is a
Hmm.
consistent artist, like, why not? Okay, so here, paste, and I'm sure you can
Yay.
find my name on there somewhere. But yeah, I was so excited I had to share that.
Well, I just sort of changed the orange color that I had to like tangerine. And that, it's like I didn't really add that much, but I'm like, oh yeah, the orange doesn't work, but the tangerine does. Okay, yeah, tangerine. So I guess I was eating tangerines today, but that's fine.
We're all on a tangerine tangent. Oh,
Tangent.
oh, here we go. I found.
Randy, it's so good to have you back. I was like, where is she?
Karen, I was telling my partner about like this group and I was like, it's been years and yeah, I'm very glad to be back too. I've just realized I'm very happy.
Aw.
So
We're happy to have you back, Brandy.
yeah, this is good.
Aw. I mean, I know I have you on Facebook, but it's not the same.
Gotta dust off everything and let's do the art.
And yeah, you
Yay!
were one of my inspirations, and Hannah can testify how I've improved. I mean, right? Because you were just like in the very
Yes.
beginning, and you'd give me feedback,
Yes.
but now I was like, I'm proud.
Karen would like
I'm proud of what I do.
whip out her screenshots, and there would be your pictures.
But I don't even have to apologize.
I remember
Um,
you were transitioning between like technologies and yeah, there's been a lot going.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
been a long time. That was so many years ago.
that
Hmm.
was yeah. And how you can like not like what you have, and then you realize, oh,
Yeah. It's like when you're like, oh, I was thin. Hmm.
I mean, well,
or
this is
thinner or like a
this is
That's me,
total
yeah.
old dog, old dog, new tricks
mm-hmm.
Well,
for sure.
nice to meet you, Brandy.
Nice to
But
meet you too, Marcy.
Hannah, I didn't finish my
Uh-huh.
Marcy's like amazing. I didn't finish yet.
But Marcy, I know your voice. You were in so many of the
Yes,
groups I was there, I think.
but Hannah, look, I'm not
Think
done.
so? Oh, that's cute.
Fancy. Look
I
at
didn't
that.
finish, but I am.
Uh,
It actually looks better than what you
Love
see on the
that.
screen because I
Oh,
have shading and
Oh, there it goes.
yeah,
I
but
love it. So
and I missed
cute.
the first class. That's what's so amazing.
I know. Okay, so Jeanette, just to give you a little bit of context, I teach a Monday art class for the MS Foundation, and so this was one of the projects for that class.
Nice. That looks like professional.
So what would I have to do to
Right?
finish it? I mean, I guess I have to. I thought I would do it by now, but I didn't. But I put lots of different texture. I got to finish the. I don't know if I want to do that black shading because it's a lot more work. Like I'm always afraid I'm going to ruin it. I have to do
Mm,
the branch and the feet.
yeah, the
oh,
feet,
animal
yeah.
feet.
Yeah, I mean, I stop with the branch and then whatever that
Um,
wing.
were you gonna make the wing a little bit darker?
Oh yeah, I mean, I just lost steam. This is where I lost
Oh,
steam.
okay.
Not
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I'm finished.
Karen,
But I also missed the first class, and it wasn't until I was doing this that I went, "Oh, I get." And you know what I like? You see on the because I can delete and things like this. I like it that it's not connected. I wound up shrinking some.
ah,
I wound up shrinking
yeah.
some of my
yeah,
branches.
Oh, yeah, I
Decided,
see it.
I like it that it's disconnected. It really
Yeah.
taught me how to like the things that you think are mistakes.
That is so interesting, though.
Karen, can I show you my? Can I show you mine?
And I had a hard time. I had
Cute.
a hard time getting the color. Isn't that funny? You see how it's all pinky and burgundy? I had a real hard
Yeah.
time getting the red. So now I have the red, and I'll
Oh,
finish. Yeah, I'll finish that. But
I couldn't get a good red either. Can I
Oh,
show you
of
mine?
all things, I couldn't get a
yeah,
blood.
Marcy, let's see it.
Like what?
Wait,
Right?
what?
Weird.
Oh, Marcy, oh my God.
It's
That
so
is,
dark, so I couldn't get a good red either. You see how it came out so dark?
oh, it's gorgeous.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
less of
could,
a cardinal red and like a magenta or
I couldn't
yeah.
get. I just didn't have the right color.
Marcy, put it up there again so I can get
That
a
is
picture.
so pretty. Okay, let me remove spotlight, Karen, and then there we go.
What's ridiculous is how much time I
So
spent
pretty.
All
undoing.
right, Karen, ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I did.
That looks like a
I
long time of
Marcy, that looks so professional. It
yeah.
is so
No,
good. It
no.
does. It really does.
right.
Marcy, I remember so many times you showing around in your house. You would make things and they would be on your
Yes.
wall.
Oh, they're
I
still on
remember.
the wall. Do you see
Oh
that?
yeah,
Do you see the lion is paper mache?
I saw it for a sec. Yeah, I remember that from years ago. Like anyway,
Yeah, that
I
that is
remember.
that is actually
Yeah.
it's paper mache. It
Oh, yes,
Yep.
looks
yes.
like if you look at it closely, it looks like brick, right?
Yep.
But
Yeah, it looks like brick.
actually,
I remember you like taking us around and showing us all the different. Yep.
do you see the
So
texture?
cool.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird in someone's kitchen?
That is so
Uh, I
But
like
cool.
it.
about it, he's sculpture and painted. He's a sculpture and a painting.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, yeah. I love stuff like that. I love
Anyway,
that. Um,
if
all
you know
right.
anything about the Babylonian
Mm-hmm.
Sumerian art, I'm very much into that, and that's the same kind of art they would put on a building or a
Mm.
wall in ancient
Oh,
Sumer
okay.
or
Yeah.
Babylonia. So I love that, and the angels they have, yeah.
Um, Now, Jeanette, I wanted to invite you. I teach a Monday class separate from AnCan. It's going to be every other Monday. So starting this
Oh.
coming Monday, actually. So starting on the 19th,
So is it
you're more
gonna,
than welcome to
even though it's
attend.
MLK?
What type?
The same time as this one, so 8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's every other Monday. So after the 19th, it'll be on February 2nd and so on.
Oh, you're not going to do that because Bobby
Uh,
has said there was going to be one at the end of January.
Oh yes. Oh yes, that's right.
Because you're
Okay.
right, because this week you didn't do it because you got AnCan.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, that didn't make sense to do
Mm-hmm.
it on the same, right?
Yeah, yeah. And
I
it
think I
just
have one
yeah, it
on
just worked
Monday,
out
right?
better.
I think I registered
Mm-hmm.
for one on Monday,
Is
or is that for a different?
it more advanced or is it?
It's the same. It's the
Oh,
same.
okay.
Yeah, it's the same level. I mean, sometimes I do accidentally go a little overboard and make them a little harder than I intend. But we all work through it.
I the last thing I did was one of those sip and paint like
Yeah.
now, and it's in my laundry. But and that was nice. That was actually a Picasso painting.
Oh,
Oh, when
wow.
you
But
get
Yeah,
a
those are
chance,
fun.
I want to see that one. When you get
each
a chance, show.
stroke, each stroke was, like we followed what
Yep.
we would.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody painted the same colors, the same everything.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, did
But
you go? Wait, did you go somewhere to do that, or did you do it from online?
no, yes, we went to a place to do it.
Oh, when you get a chance, can we see the picture?
Yeah, yeah, yes. You
But
guys,
it's what I like about this is I love it. You're at the theater. What I like about this is that we don't. Sometimes we do. I mean, I've taken screenshots, and sometimes we do
it
almost
was this one.
do the same.
Oh, look how beautiful.
Oh, that's fancy.
Wow.
Yeah,
That
that
is a
Wait,
nice
you got a
one.
spotlight.
must have been
Wow,
10 years ago.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a
Van
Hana kind.
Gogh.
That's a kind of Hana kind of
Did you
painting.
That's
know?
great.
I
yeah, very
have taught one like
I,
that. Yes.
I like that. That's beautiful.
get out.
That's
Out,
gorgeous.
out.
Oh my goodness, that was
Thanks for
gorgeous.
sharing.
I'm gonna have to go walk the dogs.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
need to
Okay.
go to bed, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
Well,
stop the
hopefully we'll
recording
see you
All
now.
right.
on Monday. Hannah, I
Yes.
didn't understand you. Did you say we are having a class this Monday?
Yes. Yes, yes. So this Monday, yes, we are having a class. And then the following Monday after that, so January 26th, is going to be open studio. So
Okay.
it's like y'all like bring whatever you want. You don't
Hmm.
have to even do any art at all if you don't want to. We're just going to meet up and just kind of have fun. I'll probably join you guys for that one anyway, just to like say hi, but I won't be teaching. So,
Okay.
So
Oh,
Well,
then,
you got your hands full with the teaching with the
yes.
AnCan and the MS. You're full.
so
Awesome.
when
You're so
when are
busy.
you going to be teaching though? If it's still only going to happen 2 times as an open studio, or
Mm-hmm.
there's going to be actual class?
Yeah, so every month you will expect to see two open studios and two art classes. So
Oh,
alternating.
okay. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah,
will we
alternating.
get a reminder email
No.
Um
or
for that one, I don't know how the new system's gonna work. So hold on, let me stop this recording real quick because this is a different organization we're talking about.